And some frightening moments earlier today for a St. Paul resident when bullets flew through his home. Jennifer Austin live in St. Paul with what police say led up to these shots being fired.
Yeah, hi Chris. Police say this started with an argument after a fender bender and led to shots fired. Take a look at the bullet holes left in this home. 2 bullets went through the walls and into the shower. The man who lives here told us he normally would have been showering at the time this all happened. Obviously, he is very thankful he didn't. Police say all of this started just blocks away when the drivers of the vehicles in that fender bender started arguing. They say the driver who hit the vehicle took off, crashing into this home. That's when police say the driver and his passenger got out and ran away. The driver whose vehicle was hit had followed them. He then got out of his vehicle and started after them. And that is when police say one or both of the first 2 people started shooting and hit that home. Now, thankfully, police say they don't believe anyone was hurt in all of this. They have spoken with the man who was driving the vehicle which was hit, but say at this time no one has been arrested for the shooting.
Wild scene, Jennifer. Thank you for covering that. Appreciate it.